Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your February reading. I'm happy to read for you guys. I like you guys. I'm not about to reveal my sign, but I can tell you I really like you guys. So, my pleasure to read for you. Glad we're here in the moment because we've all got issues, but we've all got choices. And the two-path spread is what I'm going to be using for this reading for all signs this month. Choice is the theme for sure. With Valentine's Day, oh man, I struggled through Aries. I barely made it through. Gotta tell you guys, each sign's coming up a little bit differently when it comes to choice. Some signs have had love, some signs have had dependence, some signs have had spiritual growth. So let's see what's up with you, Taurus, for February. The first card I pull is going to represent your current position. I'm going to lay 3 up top for action or saying yes to a decision or choice. The bottom 3 cards are going to be inaction or saying no to a choice or decision. Okay? Clear, cut, and dry. The nitty-gritty of tarot. That's why we do it. Okay? So let's just cut them up into 3 here. See where we're at. And see what we're feeling, Taurus. Ooh, some like it hot. All right. There we go. All right. Your current situation, Taurus, is a 4 of Wands. Oh, wow. Big month for some of you, maybe. Interesting. All right. Let's just lay out the cards here, and then we'll get into the reading. So if we decide to say yes, these are our steps, and here we end up. If we decide to say no, here are our steps, and away we go. All right. Overall energy, card at the bottom, we've got 8 of Pentacles. Man, you're always working hard. You ever take a break, Taurus? You never take a break. You're just like, let's get it done, let's go do it. But I really like you guys. Anyways, and it's because you're so positive. Look at this. Happiness. My goodness. So is this for some of you maybe a choice to be at your full potential? To be as happy as you can be? Have some of you not been rewarding yourself, giving yourself enough credit for the overall work that you've been doing? I feel like there might be some internal things going on this month, Taurus. We've got, let's see, overall in the spread, it looks fairly balanced. And it looks like there's some celebration here as well. So, a choice to be happy. Let's roll with that. That's the feeling I get that the majority here are looking at, evaluating emotional well-being. And lots of life choices. Maybe not just one choice here, but multiple choices. The overall energy being work. Maybe some of you are at risk of being workaholics, and maybe that's while we're happy in the moment, when we lay our heads down on the pillow at the end of the day, maybe we're not so happy. So something to think about. You know what this issue is. I don't need to tell you what this is. I have a feeling of what it might be for some of you, but Tauruses, you guys know what this is. If you can set your intention and take a breath now and even ask a question to the universe, because this is just yes or no, action in action from this point forward. Should you decide to say yes to whatever comes your way in February, you have the 6 of Wands, which is indeed a progression of celebration. It looks like the more agreeable you are to people around you, it looks like, the more fun you're going to have. Like, it looks like a good, fun month for you. For the most part. So, yeah, take that into account if you're receiving invitations to socialize, to go out. Take time off work if required to go out and socialize and do things. For sure. Because if you say no to that kind of stuff, if you say no, if there's a lot of inaction this month with you, it goes right back to what I said. I mean, a progression, but too far, right? It's more of a stuck energy. It's like it's more of a stuck energy. You might end up, working yourself to a point of loneliness, or if you are withdrawing and saying no to people, and being stubborn as you are, just because, if, so and so asked me first, so no way am I gonna ditch, or, why can't you just invite so and so along, or do your best to kind of be the butterfly that lands on the bull's nose this month. Be the butterfly. Go out and be social. I'm seeing here, if you choose not to, there's some stuck energy. I don't want to tell you what to choose, but the benefits here showing here, if you choose not to, it looks like it will be impossible to avoid some solitude here for some of you. When you're not being agreeable to people, people might just walk away. They might just leave you alone. But if you are being agreeable, it looks like your fun is compounding successfully. The upside to this is that when you are alone, you get more work done. But I mean, and maybe for some of you, that is exactly what you want. Who am I to judge? I'm just maybe in a lighthearted mood because I just like you guys so much. I want the best for you. All right, so the disadvantages of being overly agreeable this month, or making choices in favor of happiness. You might look back in retrospect and saying, I didn't get enough done. Look at all this tomato. Look at all this ripe fruit that if I don't get it picked off this tree, it's gonna go. But I know it's February. Nothing's growing, at least where I'm at. But still, if I don't get this sidewalk shoveled, it's not gonna do itself. And now I can't get my car out of the driveway. Blah blah blah. So the downside to being agreeable is you might look back and wish you had accomplished more. Some minor pips so far going up. Our first major, number 20, is on the downside of not being agreeable. So again, this is really reaffirming for you to choose happiness here. If you've been stuck in a rut, if you've been feeling in a funk and you don't know what it is, you gotta go get out of it. Go to another reader that you like on the internet. Go get a private reading. Do something you haven't done since you were a kid. You gotta get out of this funk. I'm not picking on you. Some of you maybe. I'm just saying, the cycles deepen, and the deeper you go, the quicker the cycle gets, and the deeper it goes, and blah 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 blah. And you know it all too well. It's life can get mundane and routine, and I know we all gotta survive. We all gotta do what we gotta do. But at the end of the day, when your time is up, if you haven't gone out, lived, have fun, you might end up in some serious regret. So the downside to not doing it is even deeper than the downside to doing it. From what the message from Source, from Tarot is tonight on this topic of this celebratory state of mind that I think a lot of you are in, but some of you might try and finagle your way out of it for some reason or another. But because always with going out and celebrating, it's always a choice. Some of you might just not want the bloody hangover that comes in the morning. I get it. You're taking on responsibility. You're taking care of your health, and celebrations always involve a little bit of hoopla, a little bit of grandpa's cough syrup, if you know what I mean. So, okay, something to keep in mind. The last two cards over here are the outcomes of action, saying yes, being agreeable, which isn't always a great thing. Some people say yes is positive, no is negative. No, that's just social conditioning. No can be very, very positive, and too much yes can easily get negative. So with you, it doesn't look like there was a hard decision this month or anything major coming up. It's speaking kind of dually on an esoteric level of I want to be this internal. I want to feel better. I want to be happy. I need to make smart choices of maybe not imbibing, but I want to get out and be social. So I think that's where I'm seeing a little bit of this Four of Wands, happiness, celebration, situation coming up for you, some of you. It's not heavy. which is nice. It's light. So um, the overall outcome of being super agreeable, being sociable this month, saying yes, taking action to do things for fun and spirit is the Knight of Wands. Oh my goodness. Maybe you will have fun at the after party. Maybe you'll meet somebody. It is Valentine's after all. This could also be a message that leads you to an understanding that life does require more balance. There's always time for the finer things in life. So I think there's good realizations in here, and I think that there is going to be the potential for a lot of fun. All right. The overall outcome of being disagreeable, saying no, and inaction this month is regret. So this one to me is clear cut, Taurus. Fun or regret. Regret or fun. You're progressing, but the deeper message here is that we only get so many days. And you could even break it down into hours. And you only get so many hours. And then what? Well, I'm not going to preach or talk about things beyond the flesh and blood of our bodies. But you know, with that transformation, that if we don't learn the lessons that we need to learn in this go round, we might have to come back and do them again, right? And you might have to come back as Aquarius. So who wants that? Nobody. I'm just kidding. Love them too. But all of this is, saying that the thought process is heavy. The thought process is real. So, make sure that you're ready to be with yourself. You're ready to embrace some solitude and some deep thinking. If you're not being a little bit more lighthearted, if you're not lighting up. So, yeah. Okay, well, this kind of had a mixture of some light celebratory feelings and some darker, heavier energies within you this month, Taurus. So I really would encourage you to keep plugging away, keep being you. Nobody's asking you to change. But, always take those little snippets of inspiration wherever you can find them and put them to work for you. Okay? Till next month, really like you guys. I gotta say, don't work too hard. You working hard or you hardly working?